Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. It's June 1st and we're going to do a garden tour today. Alright, we're out here in the main garden. Let's start here at the top. We've harvested all our purple potatoes. We've got a nice stand of ginger coming up. Our turmeric has finally decided it wanted to come out of the ground. I'm guessing it likes warm weather better. Compost piles, bins, they're needing a little bit of work. This one here is just about full. This one here has got quite a bit of stuff coming up here, and weeds grow healthy off in here, let me tell you. But we're fixing to roll this one over. We'll roll this one over into the end and roll this one over into that one, let it finish out. We've taken out the top of our garlic here. Did a video on it the other day. Our broccoli is sending up a lot of side shoots off in here. Still going strong. We have a few turnips, and of course got to have a flower or two in here. We're still hoping that maybe we'll get some Brussels sprouts. I don't know what's going to go on with these. We've got some red cabbage that's getting pretty close to being ready. Of course, our dinosaur kale, it's still hanging in there. We've got a few empty rows over there. Just about harvested all the cabbages. But our Brussels sprouts are starting to we need to take and pop off a bunch of leaves off of here. And of course, it's about time we need to harvest some more side shoots. Same thing with our purple Brussels sprouts. They're starting to make some. I actually popped the top out of one of these purple ones. It's forming a nice little crown in the top of it. Let's go off here in the greenhouse. We put the shade cloth back on, so it is going to be a little darker in here. Looks like our cucumbers have decided to go to the ceiling, but they're making plenty of cucumbers off in here. We've been harvesting quite a few. Our tomatoes are doing good. This is our single seed challenge here. It's got quite a few tomatoes, and this is 2.0 single seed. We've got a few more plants here. These here are serranos. The ones I planted weren't doing all that well. And these in here are some Hatch green chilies, or New Mexico chili. Some of you might know them as. They're just now starting to come up. We've got our eggplant looking pretty good. Looks like we might start forming some, and our peppers are doing pretty good. We've got a few plants that need to go out. We still haven't got our dill put out, and definitely we got to get our Tabasco peppers in the ground, and this last broccoli. Now we do have a couple of, or a few jalapenos there, and we have a bird's nest with a bird inside setting her eggs. She was in the midst of some of my plants. We moved her nest, and she's happy with it there. Got her about 5 eggs in it. But our tomatoes are doing really well. We've got some of these that are nice large ones. That one there is a black creme. Our cherry tomatoes, which they've already made it to the ceiling. I think I might get some transition loops to make those come down. We've been harvesting a few of the yellow pears off of there. As you can see with our peppers here, they're doing really well. Let's go around over here. Our beets are finally starting to get some height on them. Maybe they'll go to seed here pretty quick. Definitely got some size to those beets. That's about 6-inch diameter. These are some carrots that I'm planning to grow to seed, at least part of them. Hopefully it'll get hot enough it'll make them go ahead and seed out, and it looks like it's doing a good job. You can tell by this one going ahead and bolting up. So hopefully we'll get plenty of seed off of them. We've got cucumbers over here on the fence, and we've got some, you might call them noodle beans, Thai yard long beans. Anyway, they're taking off up the fence, and we've got a little gooseberry plant. It's putting out some limbs on it, and then up here we have, they look a little rough. They don't like all this water. These are Armenian cucumbers, which the Armenian cucumbers like the heat, and I think a little drier. Over here we have a few other varieties of cucumbers. We've been harvesting quite a few off of these. They're doing pretty good. We have our leek. A lot of it's going to seed. I figure I'll just let it go ahead and seed, and I'll collect some seed off of it. We've harvested out just about all our fennel. I'm going to pull this up and plant a different type for next time. Our onions here, our white ones, the wind and rain's been pretty rough with them. I'm hoping these will go to seed. I'm wanting to go ahead and collect some seed off of them. We have some more red ones that they're starting to bulb up. Won't be too long. These will have to be harvested out. And then we've got some yellow granules here, another sweet onion, and these are bulbing up, so we'll harvest them eventually. Our snow peas are really doing good. Been harvesting quite a few of these. And then we've got some English peas, early peas, whichever way you want to call them, at the end. And we've been harvesting them. Been harvesting a bunch of green beans, a little better than a bushel every week, which they'll play out pretty soon. Our purple hull peas are getting close to blooming time, not quite there. And we have, of course, we have water, and we have some black plastic we put down because we've got so many projects going on right now in the garden. It's hard to keep up with picking little grass, and so it gets out of control like this because we still haven't been able to put mulch down. We've got some more leek here. A lot of it's going to seed. Like I say, we'll pick what we want, what's not going to seed, and we'll save seed from the rest. And as you can see, my project, the greenhouse, is going up. We like one more rafter, the end rafter, and then we'll have all of them up. Then it'll be a matter of building up the ends, putting the door in this end, putting all our channel for our wiggle wire, and then getting it covered, which it's coming along pretty good. We have, of course, some more flowers over here. They want to take over some on the bed here with the asparagus. We have our herbs over here, thyme, chives. We've got some basil. We've got some oregano. Oregano is really doing good. We've got some white onions hid up under there, and this parsley is definitely going to seed. So we'll give it a little bit longer, collect some seed, and we'll take that out. Out of all our flowers we moved over here, our dahlias, this is the only one that come back, which is fine. The yellow was the one she liked. And this is our chamomile. It's just now starting to get its little flowers on there, so that'll be good. All of our cilantro is turning into coriander. As you can see, it's all going to seed. We've got more carrots right here. These are getting close to harvest time. Over here, this lettuce is all going to have to be pulled up. It's all bolting and getting bitter. Our okra, as you can see, we're going to be picking here in the next day or two. It's just starting to produce, so that'll be great. We have one little bed of lettuce. This is our new one. We'll start picking this week, and we'll let these okra get up big. We've got peppers in here. Most of them's doing pretty good. Our watermelon are starting to vine out. Zucchini's not looking too bad. We've been harvesting it. We've got some different varieties of peppers here, and then we have our eggplant, which they definitely got something to eat on it. I try to take care of it, but it's just not doing the job. We have some banana peppers here. We've harvested out a lot of our potatoes. We got a few more in these. These were our first ones, and these were the ones that was about 10 days behind them, which seem to be doing a little bit better. The grass is definitely needing attention. A little parsley here, and then we've got tomatoes all over. We've trellised these. We've got carrots going to seed right here, which we'll harvest some of those off today, and then we've got some more carrots we're starting to harvest out right there. These are our paste tomatoes. As you can see, some of them are starting to change colors, so we're fixing to start doing some harvesting on these, which will be great. And we got tomatoes and tomatoes and tomatoes, and they're getting loaded up. It takes a big chore keeping them all pruned and such. All our sweet peppers are here, which they're looking really good. Our crookneck squash, yellow squash in here. The water is definitely taking its toll on them. We're fixing to have to probably start some more transplants, so we'll have some to change them out. Strawberry production has been kind of low. It should be considerably higher, but all this water has either it's damaged a lot of them from keeping them moist all the time, or it's damaged the blossoms, so they're not getting pollinated like they should. But we have our hot peppers over here, and they're all starting to do good. And then we have our earlier tomatoes over here. Now these ones, most of these down here are cherry tomatoes. We have our Roselle hibiscus right here, which this is definitely going to get tight. Ground cherries are spreading out and getting loaded up with the cherries on them. Even looks like one might be getting ripe down there, kind of yellowing. So we might get to sample one here pretty soon. Definitely got grass coming over here. Our blueberries aren't liking all this water either. Even though they're on a hill, they don't like it. And the wind, I'd left a few sunflowers. I always get some wild ones that comes up, and so I just decided to leave them, but it looks like the wind blew that one over. This garlic down here with all the water is it's really taking a beating, and I was going to see if I could find one that there was a bunch of these that had sprouted out, actually sprouted out from the cloves itself like this one, it's actually sprouted all the cloves and started to grow from them, so it's going to have something done. We've got eggplant coming on. Won't be long. These are black beauties, and then we have some Florida markets somewhere. I think we've got 3 varieties out here. I just have to see what's what. These tomatoes down here on this end, which definitely the weight and pulling on them from all the tomatoes, but you can see down here, this red snapper here is just a nice size. It's starting to get some color to it, so hopefully it won't be long. I don't know what happened to that one, but I know it doesn't look too pretty. These here are actually a bell pepper. They're a large one, but they kind of start out that way and then they get a little wider as they get bigger. But we've had a whole lot of problem this year with worms getting in the tomatoes, and a lot of it's probably got to do with the rain, because you can't really use some BT on them without it getting washed off. So that's really played havoc. We got us a nice little, like a bluebird over there. We kind of encourage the birds in the garden. A lot of people talk about them eating on their different things, but we keep some water out here, which is a good thing. That encourages them to take and drink their water there instead of trying to get water from our different fruit. We have some black beauties out here in the garden too, and we have and that's surprising, actually see a bumblebee working on a tomato blossom. Of course, with all this rain, I don't know if they've got as much choice of stuff as they would like. But everything is going just fantastic. So there's the 1st of June update. Hopefully we won't be long. We'll have this greenhouse covered and can kind of get this reorganized in here and get our beds laid out like we need them. But I hope you like this video. If you want to see more, just hit that subscribe, hit the bell button, give her a big thumbs up, and share it. It always helps my channel. Happy gardening.